But first, let's talk about Ike Perlmutter.
Yeah.
A horrible human being.
Yeah.
Bob Iger has had enough of him. So Disney laid off like 7,000 people. Yeah, 7,000 people. Disney spokesperson has confirmed to Deadline that Ike Perlmutter is out at the company. Note Perlmutter oversaw the consumer products division of Marvel and isn't part of the Kevin Feige-led Marvel Studios. Perlmutter's departure comes amid Disney cutting 7,000 jobs in a massive overhaul of its employees' core. That's part of a $5.5 billion cost-cutting maneuver to position the Mouse House even more for the streaming-obsessed entertainment era. Perlmutter's Marvel Entertainment will be folded into other parts of Disney corporate umbrella. Perlmutter oversight included comic book publishing, which reportedly earns 40 to 60 million annually. Actually seems kind of low for Marvel for only 60 million a year.
A little low.
Yeah. Dan Buckley, president of Marvel Entertainment, will stay in place and report to Feige, president of Marvel Studios. Buckley previously reported to Feige and Perlmutter. Perlmutter sold Marvel to Disney in 2009 for $4 billion, having previously steered the company during the 90s, capitalizing on the comic book label's superhero merchandising business. He hasn't been an integral part of feature film since he warred with Feige over Doctor Strange's production. Perlmutter wanted to fire Feige, but Disney boss Bob Iger said in a TV interview last month he couldn't let that happen. The returned Disney CEO told CNBC in February that he initially promised Perlmutter he could continue to run Marvel after the acquisition, but not forever necessarily. And in 2015, he was intent on firing Kevin Feige, and I thought that was a mistake and stepped in to prevent that from happening. I think Kevin is an incredibly talented executive that the Marvel track record speaks for itself. No love lost between Perlmutter and Iger. Let's put it this way: he's not happy about it. Well, of course he's not happy about it. Who likes to be fired? But let's see all the ways Perlmutter is a terrible human being. Let's just remind ourselves.
Oh, do we want to do a list? Do we have a list?
Well, I found a list.
Of course you did.
Yeah, so he was appointed Veterans Affairs aide by President Trump. Yikes. So
I didn't even know that.
Neither did I. I didn't know that he was in the administration too. I knew he was a big Trump fan, but
in the administration.
Well, he probably didn't do a lot, but
I mean, he probably didn't figure out how to.
Number one, G. Willow Wilson, a Muslim woman and one of the creators of Kamala Khan, recently expressed concern over Ike working for Donald Trump. People understand that in today's world, we vote as much with our dollars as we do with our ballots. We don't want the things we buy and enjoy to support bigotry and injustice. The real possibility of a Trump presidency is terrifying to those who would prefer not to live in a dystopian autocracy. And for obvious reasons, the idea that the CEO of Marvel supports Trump makes a lot of readers seriously concerned. Number two, this guy's been feuding with his neighbor since 2013, going as far as to claim he secretly harvested Ike's DNA. Yeah, he thinks there's going to clone conspiracy on him. What's the feud over? Ike doesn't like his neighbor's pool lights illuminating part of his tennis court. Part of his tennis court. It's not like it's even bothering him from like sleeping or like in his window.
What happens when he wants to go play midnight tennis?
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you
have lights on my tennis court?
How dare you light up the dark? How dare you?
Let's see, what is another one here? Ike is hit with a countersuit stating he sent hate mail to his neighbor, sent other people in his area claiming his neighbor was a rapist and pedophile. Also sent threats to prison inmates signing his neighbor's name. So the DNA thing was thrown out.
Jesus.
He's not denying he lied to ruin his neighbor's image, sent threats to prison with his neighbor's name attached. That's a whole weird thing. In 2011, he fired dozens of people in a single week to cut costs. There's no logic behind who he chose to fire other than assuming that they are the ones who can be replaced for cheaper. Well, that's pretty standard. It's pretty standard for a corporation. I can't really fault them for that one.
Yes.
Banned from Marvel Studio offices. Rumor puts the reason as to save people's marriages. Don't know what that means. 3 black women sued him and Marvel in 2012 because in addition to being super homophobic, he's a fucking racist. The suit claimed that despite the 3 women all being longtime Marvel executives, he always referred to them as the help. Other claims listed there were things such as telling one woman she had a bullet with her name on it. For the record, Ike is a strong supporter of open carry and often carries his gun to the office. Oh my god. To cut costs on films, Ike replaced Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle because nobody would notice. Telling former Disney executive Annie Mooney all black people look alike. How is this guy still like employed by then? Jesus Christ. So he's gone. I mean, there's lots of. I mean, this goes on for another. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think we can call it there.
Finally, Iger did the right thing and got rid of him. I'm sure this will upset, hardcore right-wing people who enjoyed his racism, but
gonna upset 17 people.
There's a few more than that, unfortunately, but yeah.
Probably.